Hello, everyone. Welcome to 360 Degrees Excellence, where we believe everyone can have all-round success. Today, I'm going to be having a conversation with Mr. Jude Donpaul Nwachukwu, and we're going to be talking about the potential of Bitcoin and blockchain assets. Mr. Nwachukwu is a consultant and a strategist. He lives in South Africa. I'm so excited to really speak to him about his subjects I'm passionate about. Previously, I did a recording or a video on this channel. You can watch it about Bitcoin and financial inclusion, but let's just get started today. I just want to hear Mr. Jude's perspective on this subject. So without wasting time, I want Mr. Jude to tell us about himself. Where are you from? What do you do? And more than what I've talked about. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Professor Tosi. My name is Jude Donpaul Nwachukwu, as you've rightly said, and I'm an educator, a business consultant, and also a strategist. I run an NGO called Stage Africa as well. And also I've been consulting for some time also as well. And I do a whole lot of things when it comes to academics, trying to drive change across the minds of the youth. So, and I also run a program called Mind Shift at Tough Radio some few years back. So I do a whole lot of things under the umbrella of Stage Africa. So it's nice trying to educate the youths of Africa in general, not only in South Africa. So that's a few things about me for now. That's what I do.
Yeah, interesting. I like that. I like talking to people that have passion for young people. I also like, empowering young people. It's very, very important. They are the future leaders, and we need to give back to them so that
exactly
they can be well equipped,
exactly.
And today we're talking about Bitcoin and blockchain assets. And Bitcoin has been referred to internet money and is popular these days, but there are many other cryptocurrencies. And so just want to ask you a question. When and how did you start with cryptocurrencies?
That was late 2016. Late 2016, that's when I got to know about something called Bitcoin in general. And from there, I started delving into different materials to read about what Bitcoin is all about. But unfortunately for me, I'm going to use that word. Unfortunately for me, when I wanted to start my first cryptocurrency, when I first delved into cryptocurrency, into Bitcoin, it was Bitcoin mining. And before then, I think I opened, Luno was still very fresh in South Africa then. And, so I opened the Luno account just to test how it works, putting some money in there. And from there, I was introduced to Bitcoin mining, owned by BitClub Network or whichever. The company has gone aground now. It's no longer functioning. It's more or less like a scam to me. So I invested around plus or minus 30,000 rand into it. Money went into the drain. At a point, I got to know another exchange called Bitfinex. I opened there. I checked what is happening. From there, I opened Cryptopia, which is now closed down as well now. Some of my assets were also there. So before I knew it, I started checking for materials online to see what is this cryptocurrency all about. And to some of us who were thinking, we actually missed out, because I was still familiar with Ethereum when Ethereum was around plus or minus $80 thereabouts. So, but then we're thinking this whole thing is going to cast down. Bitcoin was still very affordable as at that time as well. But because knowledge was not available to some of us when we got to know about cryptocurrency, we fell for so many scams, so many scams. And from there, I started seeking for knowledge. 2017, it was all bubbling, and people were actually cashing out money, but there was no money with me then because I was mining and the money was not coming forth. So at a point, I think late 2017, early 2018, I had to pay for knowledge. So I enrolled into a school called DABA, Digital Abundance Business Academy in Nigeria. So I paid plus or minus 3,000 rand thereabouts. So I started learning the technicalities and fundamentals of cryptocurrencies and know how to trade and which coins, which tokens to go into and stuff like that. And that's how I kickstarted. It was a bit challenging. Most of the time, it was not win-win situation. Sometimes it was lose situation. But along the line, I was able to manage my portfolio, risk management involved, strategy in trading. And that was how I got to the stage I am currently as we speak. And as I speak to you, I'm still paying for more knowledge as well. When I say that there's something I need to know, if it's involving money which I need to pay to learn, I still pay to learn.
Yeah.
That's
very important.
It's very wide.
It's very wide.
New things are coming on. DeFi is in, NFT is in, so many things called swapping, so many knowledge to gain from crypto. The market is huge. I must be sincere. That's how I got to start in late 2016, early 2017. 2018, I paid for knowledge in daba.school, and here I am today.
Yeah, nice story. Thanks for sharing your story. You got there before me. I got in 2018. Yeah, 2018. Okay. But I read a book long time ago, 2015, about how Bitcoin, especially, would change the world, the monetary system. But it was 2018 that I really got into it. And I can never underestimate the importance of knowledge, of doing your research. You must really do your research. And you also mentioned some scams. There are a lot of scams. So people must be very, very, very careful if you really want to get to this place. There's a lot of scam. You must understand that. But if you really understand how it works, for me, I always tell people, I recently did a kind of webinar, and I told people the best thing for you to do is to hold on. I'm not a trader. I'm not trading. So if you're not going to be trading, you don't need a lot of information. What is important is just for you to be disciplined and be patient and choose the right crypto, because there are so many cryptocurrencies. Choose the right cryptocurrency and be patient. But if you make some profit, you can get some profit out of what you made. Take some profit. But you learn to be disciplined, and once you're disciplined, you can really make it. And you must also understand that it's a cycle. There's always a cycle. There's a bull market, there's a bear market. Understand all those, all those fundamentals. Very, very important. I want to ask this question. Yeah, very important.
Okay.
As a strategist, can you share with us the potential future of Bitcoin and other blockchain assets?
Yeah. Bitcoin has come to stay, and is really changing the narrative in terms of money economy. It's changing the narrative. Banks are beginning to go into it. Companies are beginning to buy into it. Even we now have tradable stocks, even on some certain exchange like Binance and the rest of them. And when you look at this, you discover that one thing with Bitcoin is that no matter how it fluctuates, no matter the volatility, it's becoming scarce day by day. And one key thing about money is scarcity. What gives it value is scarcity. And with the current what's it called, crypto wave we have now in place, you discover that there's so many tokens, there's so many coins that people can actually buy into, and Bitcoin has come to stay. And every single individual can still buy a fragment or a fraction of Bitcoin. Come what may, no matter how expensive it is, you can still buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. Imagine 2017, people who bought is 0.01 worth of Bitcoin. Imagine the value it's going to be right now as we speak. Or people who bought, what's it called, one Ethereum a few years back, or let's just say 2019 thereabout. Imagine how much an Ethereum is now. So most of these tokens or most of these coins are still going to do massively well. But what I keep telling people is this: you must be very careful of the kind of coin or the kind of token you buy. There's some certain things you need to observe about a particular token or about a particular coin. The use cases is very key. The volume of supply, the team of developers behind such coin would also help you be able to determine how far this coin is going to go. And use cases is very important, because if a coin doesn't have use cases, you begin to imagine. I know for some of us, we trader, we go into the coin to make profits and get out. Now, this season now is a season of shit coins. There's so many coins out there, which obviously is just going to swap some people's money off the rain. So there are some certain tokens, certain coins, apart from Bitcoin. Ethereum is also doing massively well. People can buy into Ethereum. People can buy into BNB. Because I still remember vividly BNB in the month of February when I was writing my exams. I told one of my friends to say BNB is going to do massively well. It was still at $41 there. It was doubting until 3 days after. $41 became $100. $100 became $200. And stuff like that. It started increasing as we speak. And he was like, he said, Jude, you told me about this. I said, yeah, because Binance is one of the strongest exchanges so far. And looking at their token, definitely you can't go wrong when you invest into such tokens. So we have coins like that. And we also have some certain platforms now where you can swap different tokens. Like take, for example, Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Uniswap is also another coin that can be held because so many transactions happen on Uniswap. I was one of the luckiest people who got some free Uniswap 2020 last year. Yeah, I did a trade. Actually, I got a link because of the knowledge where I gained from the school I paid for. They said, no, guys, go buy some certain coins on Uniswap. So I did my thing. I bought some coins there. And when they were about to launch their own token, they gave out free tokens to people who used the platform. So I was fortunate. I got 400 pieces of Uniswap. And 400 pieces of Uniswap rose. It became 50,000 Rand as of last year. I sold off. With me, I'm a strategist where I take out profits immediately. So I sold off. I still have a friend who didn't sell off his 400 pieces. As I speak to you now, is that 400 pieces is worth 180,000 Rand as I speak to you now. You see, so he is patient enough. He said he's not going to sell off. I also hold some certain coins. I also trade, but he's a holder. He doesn't trade.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah. So for him, he's going to benefit more because he's holding. You get the point. Me, I got out when it was around 50,000 Rand. He made profit of 50,000 Rand for me, and I walked out. With me. Same is applicable to Ethereum as well. You look at Ethereum now, Ethereum is around 50, close to 60,000 Rand as we speak. And I got out when Ethereum was 25,000 Rand per one. I sold off the O3 asset I had there. You get, some people are patient enough. So there are some certain coins, you look at the use cases, look at the team behind it, and see if it's something you can hold for long or something you can trade. And I made mention of Uniswap. I made mention of Chainlink. Luna, Pancake Swap, Chainlink. Chainlink, I remember a friend of mine in the US 3 years ago was telling me to keep some Chainlink. I bought 300 pieces when it was still 8 rand or so. I sold off.
It's $41 now.
Yeah, I sold off when it was around 12 rand or so, thereabout. I just sold off immediately with me. But now I'm regretting it. I admit, but it's not a regret as well, because I still have other coins where I'm benefiting from. And as I speak, if anyone is watching this video, there is still another coin I'm going to recommend, which is going to do the same massive profit like Chainlink, and it's Ocean Protocol.
Okay.
Ocean Protocol is going to do
how much is Ocean Protocol now?
Ocean Protocol, as we speak now, is plus or minus is $1 something cent, $1.04 or thereabouts. Ocean Protocol, I will advise people to buy Ocean Protocol for keep. For those of you who want to hold, are you with me? Those of you who want to hold, because Ocean Protocol is the new data economy. And don't forget, Prof, you know, data is the new oil as we speak.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
So Ocean Protocol is partnering with so many companies in the US and in Europe and stuff like that for data. And you know, where data will now will no longer be something that will be held by huge companies, where your data will be sold out. Now Ocean Protocol is now in the massive terrain of doing that, and in a few years from now, that coin might be doing massively well as I speak. I remember buying it. I kept more than 2,000 pieces of it, but I'm still in profit as I speak, and it's not something I'm ready to sell off as I speak to you. So
I'm gonna do my research about it.
Yeah,
there's another one. I think coins. VeChain. There's so many coins. But what I tell people,
VeChain has done massively well as well.
Yeah.
Imagine VeChain.
What I tell people, I tell people that the number one coin is Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. The first mover advantage. And you know, you talked about something like the other time. You talked about the team of developers, the use cases, and the volume. It has the lowest volume among the leading cryptocurrencies, 21 million.
Exactly.
And it cannot be changed. It's always going to be 21 million. So, like you say, you can buy a fraction, you can buy Satoshis, you can buy one Satoshi. But it's the best. And I also like Ethereum. I also own some Ethereum. I also like Ethereum. Ethereum is very good. People talk about, you know, Bitcoin is a store of value, and Ethereum is for smart contracts. People want to do smart contracts. People want to. NFT is on Bitcoin. DeFi, NFT is on Ethereum.
It's on Ethereum. DeFi is also on Ethereum as well. Yeah.
So those two coins, you know, they are the leading coins. Although to me, the profits you make from Ethereum might be more than the profits you make on Bitcoin. But one people must understand, when there is a crash, and there's a crash, you discover that Ethereum always crashes more than Bitcoin, it takes longer. It takes
to
longer
recover,
unlike Bitcoin. So you must understand that. I think, but there are other points, like you said, that one can also think about.
So those are the things, and like I used to advise people before you go into crypto, it's very ideal that you go into your own research.
Do your research.
Things about what crypto is all about. Because I see people when they jump online to say, oh, I want to buy this coin. Which coin should I buy? This, and that. Sometimes I laugh. Because some people in this space, they've gone through the process of learning. So that's why it's very easy for someone like me, when I see a scam, I can easily identify from afar. When I say a coin, when I know, I read properly, I say, no, this is a scam. I usually don't go for it. So because knowledge is very key. Knowledge is there for you to be able to invest your money wisely, and also now to manage your risk. When that knowledge is not available, it's going to be a problem.
I totally agree with you.
That's my main advice.
Do your research. Do your research. Read a lot of books. You can find a lot of information on the internet, you know, about all these cryptocurrency. But I will tell people that, focus more on the first thing. And the only challenge I have with Dogecoin, although it's number 4, is that, you know, it's just been supported by some celebrity, and anything can happen to it.
Some celebrities, anything can happen to Doge.
Yeah, Doge. Although I won't tell people not to hold it, but just be careful, because I have few that I'm just holding. And
I no longer held it. I no longer held it.
I'm just
sold
playing
off.
with it. No, you know, I just got into it. I just bought some little, though that was I think last month when it rose, you know, massively. So I just bought. Yeah, so I just bought few. I'm just holding and just playing with it. And but it's just minimal percentage of my portfolio. Is very minimal. Very minimal. And
you know,
also
I'm with you. You know, we as traders sometimes, we just we take the risk. I won't lie to you. Because I remember when Dogecoin was still around 85 cents. That's when I entered. I rode Dogecoin from 85 cents up till 9 rand. So I rode up to 9 rand. And I think the profit I made was very massive because I went all in into it. I went all in into it. So the profit was massive. So while I keep taking profits, I keep leaving it got to a point whereby I took out the whole of the capital. It was left with the profits. It was left with the profit there. The profit was the one doing the job up to. I got my capital out when it was 5 rand. I left the profits up till 9 rand. I came out. With me. And I knew that Saturday night when the celebrity, the Elon Musk, is going to speak about the Saturday Night Live, I knew this thing is going to dump. Immediately, I took out the profit from there. And I took it off. That's we with traders. So sometimes most of these coins where they don't have, where about 51% of the supply is in the hands of about 3 to 4 people, thereabouts, keeping it. So definitely they are going to dump on it. Dump it on innocent investors. So it's one thing. Research is very key. Do your research.
Is key. Another thing is this that people must understand that is a bull market. It depends on when the bull market is going to end. If the bull market is still going to be ending by end of this year, it's still possible some of this cryptocurrency can still go up.
Can still go up, definitely.
You expect them to crash after some time. So you must really understand the market, you must understand the trend. Very, very important. And
I keep advising people as well, whenever they trade, they're trading, they're making profit, because the market can crash, can retrace. So let me use that word, retrace. The market can retrace anytime. It's very ideal that you keep some of your capital or profit in USDT on the platform.
Okay.
You keep it in you keep it in USDT. It's more safer there, so that even when the market dumps, you're able to fall back on something. I was once in that shoe. I once lost some of my investments in 2019 or thereabout. But I was so lucky that I was able to gather up again and stuff like that. So in the course of trading or holding, for those people who are holding, it's very important that they don't have anything to panic about, because if the coin is a very strong coin, it's going to do massively well. And there is nothing you can. Was it 3 days ago? No, on Sunday, when I came back from church, I was going through my diary. Then I saw one private key. I wrote in my diary for a very long time. That was when airdrops were still very popular. They give free coins, airdrops. It was called airdrop. So I said, no, this thing, I think I have it on MetaMask. I downloaded the MetaMask. I entered the private key. Immediately I opened it, I found those airdrop that was given to me. And those airdrop, one of the coins called Strategist, SNX. I found it was 18 pieces, only for me to discover that 18 pieces was $350. This was a coin I've forgotten. 2018. You see, so take for example, if I'm keeping such coin, let's assume I bought much volume of such coin. Are you with me? They gave me 18 pieces for free, and the coin is around 250 something rand per one now as we speak. Let's assume I bought much. Then maybe I bought 1,000 pieces. What we'll be speaking now, we'll be speaking about a lot of money.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's very key that for holders, they have nothing to panic. They buy the coin, they keep it there on an exchange, and please, they use an exchange that is SAFU, that is insurance protected.
That's credible.
That is
So
credible. It's
many
very important.
exchanges where
Yeah, so many
you can
exchanges.
lose your funds.
I lost. I have about 50,000 Electronium ETN on Cryptopia, which closed down. That exchange is from New Zealand. They said they are going to return back the coin. I have about 50,000 pieces of Electronium in there, and I have about 20,000 pieces of Dogecoin. But the exchange closed down a long time ago.
So that's one disadvantage. That's one disadvantage of this investing in cryptocurrency. One has to be careful about
exactly.
the exchange you use, and it's also very important for one to also think about having a ad wallets that you can transfer some of your your cryptocurrencies there. It's very, very important for one to think about that.
Yeah, you're right.
You really shared a lot from your word of experience. That's nice. People will not know that you made some money from crypto.
Yeah, I do. It's just that we don't announce it. We just make it quiet like that, And we just keep teaching people. Keep helping
very important.
Maximize
that
area.
Especially for Africans. We need to tell them about crypto. And I'm not happy with what happened in Nigeria, where CBN banned it, because it's an opportunity for a lot of people in Nigeria and other African countries, young people, to be financially free. But they stop that, which is not good. I'm hoping that they will unban it, and they will leave the ban, and at the same time do a kind of win-win regulation. Very, very important.
We hope so. But even when that thing happened, like on the group where I belong, which is sorry I had to say this because it's keep coming out, Daba, where I learned crypto. So because now they are building massively where in Nigeria as we speak. It got a point whereby people have to start transacting by peer-to-peer.
Peer-to-peer, yeah. But there's a lot of risk involved with that too. Peer-to-peer,
peer-to-peer, a lot of scams. But I think with Binance is doing a lot of good job as we speak, because I use P2P on Binance. The moment you don't confirm the money, they don't release the assets to the person who is buying. So we just hope in no time, maybe Nigeria is going to embrace what's it called, crypto. But I won't be surprised if those bankers are also involved in crypto. If even CBN himself, we never can tell. Some of them might be involved in crypto. It's just that they might not be able to announce it publicly, but they might be doing that secretly because they know Bitcoin has got a huge potential. Are you with me? And we now have companies whereby they now allocate some certain profits margin to cryptocurrency as we speak. So it's going to do massively well. Like I said earlier on, Bitcoin has come to stay, cryptocurrency has come to stay, blockchain is going to be used for so many things. And like I keep telling people, there's some certain things that is going to change this next gen this generation is going to be artificial intelligence, it's going to be data, and it's going to be cryptocurrency. So it's very key that every young mind, every individual, people start keying into these things. That's very important.
And like you said, you should do their research, learn more about it. It's here to stay. I recently read that in the US now, about 40 million Americans now own Bitcoin. So it can't be banned. The US government can stop it. People are embracing it. They can see that it's helping them to be financially free. What a responsible government should do is to regulate it in such a way that it will grow. Look at what has happened in Hungary. Hungary decided to reduce the tax from 50%. I think maybe from 50% to around maybe 15%. So they want to encourage a lot of investors that are really into crypto to come to their country. So that is what a forward-looking country should be doing.
Should be looking at,
should be doing. I really thank you for really finding time to come and discuss.
Not a problem
with us today. What's your closing remark?
What I have to say is, before now, some of us couldn't have access to some certain investments, but now cryptocurrency should be opening the mind of young people in Africa in general. And one thing I can say is that cryptocurrency can also alleviate poverty. It's very important. And it's doing the best, and people must key into crypto, because in no time it can change one's life. I must be sincere, because I've seen so many testimonies around that space whereby people have been able to be financially free. Financial freedom is very key. And how do you get financial freedom? Is by getting knowledge. And how do you use the knowledge? How do you apply the knowledge? Is by applying it based on what has been given to you, and use it strategically, so that we won't be surprised in the nearest future where wheels will no longer be written on paper, where wheels will just be a password and a username given to children to say, that's my will to you. You've got some amount of cryptos in there for you to use. So my advice to young people out there, or to Africans precisely, is they should key into the opportunity of cryptocurrency, because it's going to create so many financial freedom to the young people. That's my closing remark. That's my major advice to people.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nwachukwu, for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this interview. I've really learned from our discussion. And I'm also sure that our viewers too must have learned one or two things. Do your research. Bitcoin has a lot of huge potential. And so you guys do your research, get into it. Start. Don't waste time, and then believe that you're really going to have good testimony. See you next time. Bye for now.